Friday happy hour. Here we go. Let's get into this.
Here's your host, Brian Dean.
All right. Let's bring down our volume a little bit here. Audio check. I am not muted. Perfect. Great. So anyway, Friday happy hour. I've already got my beer poured. I am once again doing a repeat of the Asbury Park Blonde because I have not found another beer place. Just going to the place down the road. I got to find the Canes. Anyway, I thought I was going to have a new video out this week, and I wasn't able to. Thought it would be out Monday, and then I realized the second half of the video just was not there yet, and so I needed to fix it. No, before I get into that, cheers. Here's to the weekend. So it's going to be a quick video. So yeah, I was really hoping to get this done, but the second part of it just wasn't landing, and I realized I needed to kind of rework it a bit. So I ended up rewriting this thing about 4 or 5 times this week and shot it. I'm on my third time shooting it, and I think I finally have it. And I just didn't want to put out something that was, wasn't quite there yet. I wanted to make sure, I don't want to waste your time if you're going to watch it, and, I don't want to waste my time by making something that's not worthwhile. So I think I finally got it cracked. I just have to wrap up the edit. I probably could have jammed it out this afternoon, but I just didn't want to rush it because there's some things that I want to try and plus up on it. So anyway, that should be out. I'm going to actually try and I'll see if I can get it done tomorrow. It should be out by Monday. I should get it wrapped up this weekend, although I said that last week. But usually, like the idea is that for the live stream, I'll talk about things that, like either stuff that I'm working on or like the last video I put out. But in this case, we can just talk about the video that's coming out. And that is this. So essentially, the idea of this is, if you remember the sequels, or the prequel, I don't acknowledge the sequels, but the prequels of Star Wars, I think everybody pretty much can agree. There's some people that might disagree, but objectively, I think it's safe to say, because you can just look at the viewer scores and ratings and stuff, the prequels were not as liked as the originals. People were disappointed. And so the issue is, well, why is that? Because Lucas had everything. He had more money to work with. He now owned his entire studio. He had his own effects studio, his own sound studio. These were some of the most powerful studios in Hollywood. They were doing all the major VFX work for all the big blockbusters, and he owned them. So they were all working for him now. He had all this going for him, and yet the movies were worse. So how could that be? And the basic point I wanted to get across is, as if you're an AI creator, you're kind of in the same position. Like, you now have all these tools at your fingertips, and you have to be careful, because the George Lucas trap, I guess I'll give it away a little bit. I'm not going to give the whole video away, but, because again, the idea will be, as these live streams get a little more popular, we're going to get people popping in, and hopefully there can be some kind of like discussion about some things, either whether it's the stuff I'm working on or like some of these videos I put out. But what really changed was he lost the people who pushed back. He lost the people who were not afraid to challenge him and tell him, I don't know, George, it doesn't seem like it's a very good idea. And it was basically, just a bunch of yes men who were just, going along with everything he said. And he created a situation where there was really no one to oppose his ideas and to push back. And he really needed that, and because it really made the originals a lot better. So without that, he fell into this trap of ending up with work that was worse off, even though he had much more as far as like all the advantages that he didn't have in the first first trilogy, he had those, but somehow still managed to make worse work. And the idea behind this is, the danger we fall into as AI devs, where a lot of people are working alone because it allows you to, and because the reason why you're using it is because you don't have tons of money and you don't have tons of people to work with, so you can hop on and use these tools to make stuff on your own. But the problem is you miss like one of the most important parts of the creative process, and that's criticism, collaboration, feedback, pushback, like all that stuff. And so you kind of fall into this trap, and if you're not careful, you'll see, even though you have all these added capabilities of the things you can do, you might end up actually producing worse work. So it's just something to be mindful of and to be careful of. I know I'm in the same boat. I'm kind of working by myself, and it's tough because you have all these things you want to do, and you just you don't want to fall into this trap where you just are making garbage. And if you don't have anybody to bounce ideas off of, sometimes you second guess yourself. You're not really sure. So that's basically the premise of this video. And again, it's something that I'll go into a little more deeper in the video, and I'll make it a little more fun and entertaining. But it's something that I think is worth talking about. And like I said, as the channel grows and I keep doing these, the idea is to try and do a live stream. I don't know if I'll do one every week, but every couple weeks at least. I'll try and do it as often as I can. And then, like I said, there's so much going on in the AI world that I think there's probably plenty to talk about. And then I guess like I could give tips and tricks. Like I'm trying to figure out like what my next project in AI is going to be. I wanted to make this Arc Raiders short, but I'm kind of like second guessing that now. Speaking of, needing someone to bounce ideas off of. The reason why I wanted to do it was I thought it would help get the channel up and running. It would be something fun. Like, I like the game. It would be a fun thing to do. But it would also like get to piggyback off the popularity of the game. But, the game's been out a while. The game popularity is starting to wane a bit. It's still very popular. But it would just be I think a way to kind of like get people, pull people into the channel, and like I said, kind of take advantage and ride the coattails of the popularity of Arc Raiders. But then I started to think, well, maybe I should just jump right in to developing my own stuff, and just like start building a body of work that is my own stories and stuff that I'm trying to develop. So I'm still kind of on the fence. And the other thing is with the Arc Raiders, if I had a story that was ready to go, that would be one thing, but I still, I have a rough idea of what it would be. It's nothing crazy or complicated, but I have like the rough idea of what it would be, but I still would have to do some work on it. And that's where, I'm wondering, well, is it really worth spending the time when I could be developing some other stuff? So I'm still not sure, but I am learning a lot though, which is good. And, one of the things I'll say this, and this is going to be a quick stream because like I said, what I wanted to talk about was this video and it's not done, but probably the biggest thing that I've learned so far doing AI is the importance of your starting frame. If you're doing like video generation, if you don't have a solid starting frame, everything falls apart after that. The next most important thing, it's a very close second, but I think it is a second, is your prompt. Obviously, your prompt has to be pretty good. But if you have a good starting frame, you still have a chance of getting a decent generation, even with a mediocre prompt. The better your prompt, obviously, the better your video is going to be. But if you don't have a good starting frame, there's just nowhere for it to go. You're just not going to get anything good. So what I've learned is if you're going to do this stuff and you're going to sign up for a plan, like there's all these different aggregators out there who have like all the different models that you can have access to. And you pay one price, one subscription fee, and you have access to all these things. And the one I'm using now is Higgsfield. And the one piece of advice I would give it, if you're going to do this, get a plan that's got unlimited image generations. Now, there's always new models coming out. I got a plan that had Nano Banana Pro, which I think at the time was the best generator. Then they came out with Nano Banana 2, and now there's ChatGPT 2 or ChatGPT Image or whatever it is. I think that's now the best generator. But different models have different strengths and weaknesses. But I don't have unlimited generation in those, but I do have it in Nano Banana Pro, which is still pretty good. And I've generated thousands and thousands of images, thousands. So, that would burn up all my credits in a month just to generate images. So that would be like my one piece of advice if you're going to get into this, to make sure you get unlimited image generation. You're going to need it, even if you don't get it in the model you want. If you can get something that's close with another image generator and then use that as a reference image for a better model, that might get you closer faster so you don't have to burn as many credits. Because one of the things, like if you've been following Higgsfield at all, they're making, and I'm not crazy about what they're doing here, but they're trying to make a movie for the Cannes Film Festival. And they're basically trying to, the premise of their series they're putting out is they're trying to bang this thing out in 2 weeks. They have like the first 22 minutes of it done, and now they're trying to finish it. And they're like, according to their series, they've got 2 weeks to do it. And they're trying to do, I don't know if this was all pre-recorded and it's all BS or what, but I don't know that I like that, what they're doing, because it's not taking the craft seriously. It's just, to me, it's just giving ammo to the people that say that people using AI don't take things seriously. They don't respect the craft. They don't respect the art. And, this is actually probably worth a whole video in and of itself. But I really think that's what they're doing, is they're just doing a disservice to people that really want to make good stuff with these tools. And the other thing is, if you look at how much money they've spent like $60,000. I mean, they're not spending anything because they can get unlimited credits. It's their platform. But they're keeping track of the credits they've used and how much it would have cost. And they've burned through like $60,000 in credits for the first 22 minutes. So, if you think you're just going to sit down and make a 20-minute short or something, and it's only going to cost you, you see all these, I made a $300 million movie for $40 or whatever. It's like, no, it's not going to quite be like that, because you get a lot of generations that are garbage. So, and like I said, I don't know if I think they're actually counting the image generations too. So I would actually be curious what percentage of the credits that they're burning through are images. Obviously, it's going to be a low percentage, but I'd be curious what that actual percentage is, like how many credits they're burning for their images. Now they've got another tool that just came out called Canvas. Another video I could do, but I'm trying to learn it myself. And once I get a handle on it, I can make a video about it. But yeah, the AI world is just moving really fast. And, like I said, it ties back into, the George Lucas problem, where you have all these capabilities and you can do so much by yourself, but without proper feedback, you could be putting all this time into something that really is mediocre. It's really, I think it's really hard for one person to really nail everything that goes into telling a story. Now, granted, the AI does a lot for you, but I think the more that you let the AI do, the less it becomes yours and the more it just becomes generic. And I have a feeling that the Higgsfield thing that they did, that to me is, I think, a perfect example of this, where you've got limitless potential. They can spend this, although I think they are putting like a theoretical limit on the credits that they're giving themselves to use, like 1 million credits or something. But this is a case, I think, of where they're just trying to make something just because they can. And they're not putting the thought into it. it almost feels like when I watched the first 20 minutes, it felt like AI had written it. I would be shocked if a human wrote that script. I really believe it was written by AI. I think somebody may have had the concept for it, but I think that AI basically wrote it out after that. I would be shocked if a person wrote it. And like I said, if it's, to me, it's like a perfect example of the George Lucas problem. You've got like a bunch of people doing something, and I don't know exactly what's going on behind the scenes. I might be speaking, not right about any of this. But that I think is the problem with AI. Because if you have to work, like if you've got to put a lot of work into making the assets, you're going to be like, geez, is this really a good idea? Like, do I really want to spend that much time doing that? Is that really the right way to go? You think about it a little bit more, but when you can just type in a prompt and make it, you just go ahead and do it sometimes just because you can. And I don't think that's always a good thing. Let me see if I can pull it up here really quick. I'm also trying to check. I don't see anything going on in my chat here. I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything. I had some technical problems with my I can't even find my window now. Where is my window? Here we go. Okay, yeah. Unfortunately, I see nothing going on in there, which is fine. Well, let me see. Yeah, let me see if I can pull up this. Let me see if I can pull up this Higgsfield video. Hold on here. That's not the video I wanted. There was the first. Here it is. So maybe we could watch the beginning here a little bit. Let me turn the volume up. All right, so here we go. What's my speed here?
Diamonds they dancing. I'm taking my chances. Look at the mansions. Expanding the branches.
See that big dude right there? That's Jax, explosives guy. Blows shit up for a living. Unpredictable as hell, but that's kind of the point. Want to explode? Jax is your man. And the buzzkill with a tablet? That's Rain, tech genius. Annoying as hell, but she's the reason we're not in prison. Can hack a nuclear sub, but can't hack a smile. And this one? That's Lulu, my girl. Fastest hands I've ever seen.
That's what she said?
Can get through any space, grab anything, silent like a ghost, the real pro, and the most beautiful girl.
Now the quality's really good. It really is amazing, like what this stuff can do.
I've ever seen. And this prick, that's me. I'm Rocco. I run this crew. I make the plans, I call the shots, and when shit hits the fan, I'm the one still standing. There's 4 of us. We steal shit. Not because we want to, but because we got no choice.
We steal shit. Okay, great. I mean, I don't know. It's just very strange.
Taking them up in the light.
Jax, one charge on the east wall, one on the south entrance.
Здесь банда, это не твоя стиль. Всюду своя песня, здесь стиль наш шар.
Sheesh, A-right, say less. Today we eating good, gangy.
So, you know, this is the thing. Like, they're coming in and, you know, they steal shit because they got no choice. This doesn't look like people stealing stuff to survive because they have no choice. This looks like, I mean, they're coming in, they're stealing like priceless treasures here. You know, so it's like, am I supposed to feel bad for these people? Like they're thugs. They're breaking into a museum and they're stealing stuff that's like, you know, on display.
Let me introduce King Jax.
Don't forget to swallow.
So like, I don't get why I'm supposed to be rooting for them. You know, it's just, and it just goes on and it just gets bad. And I'm not going to give too much away, but basically there's something that happens to a character that you should feel bad that it's happened to them. But then what they do is that then after the character has the bad thing happen, they go back to a flashback to say, oh, this is why you're supposed to feel bad that this is happening. It's like, shouldn't you have done that first so that when it happens, we care? But now that it's happened, like, oh, by the way, you should care about this character and, oh, look at all this flashback stuff. See, that's why it's important. I mean, it's like, come on, guys. Anyway, George Lucas problem, in effect, right here by the Higgsfield guys. And like I said, I'm not a fan of this. Let me see if I can. Well, should I go forward a little bit? It's not even worth watching. You could watch it. Trying to find. Okay, maybe this is worth watching.
We're presenting a full feature film in Cannes in less than a month. 80 minutes long, fully AI generated. Now the issue is that we don't have the film yet. What we do have is 10 million credits, a team of 15 people, 14 days start to finish, and no clue if we'll make it. Welcome to episode 1.
Okay, so right away, you know, like I said, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? You know what I mean? It like they're turning it into a gimmick, and this is what I don't like. Because a lot of people, like, we do this because we care about it. Like, you care about making stuff. You really want to put everything you have into it. And if, like, what are you trying to tell me? That I don't know. I do not like. I don't know what they think they're doing here. I don't know what part of this they think is going to be a selling point. Because they're saying, like, he says that he spent $6,000 in one sitting, and they're giving themselves 10 million credits. These are things that nobody has. Like, none of us solo devs have this. So he's essentially saying, you can't do this stuff because it's too expensive, but we're going to do it, and we're going to do it in 2. And he's got a team of 15 people. Like, I don't get any of this. I don't get what he's trying. Like, who is he selling this to? You know, like, I can't do this. I don't have 14 other people I'm working with who are going to be just hitting the generate button, you know, like a prompt monkey. I don't know, man. It just doesn't make sense. And again, I think this is the George Lucas problem, like, in full swing right here.
Hi, I'm Adil. I'm one of the people generating this film, and I'm telling you right now, this is either the future of cinema or the worst decision we've ever made on camera. Here's what's happening. We're making an 80-minute film, fully AI generated. Again, no cameras, no sets, no actors, well, except for me. It premieres at Cannes in less than a month, and we only have 14 days to finish the whole film. And with this film, we want to prove that AI can actually produce cinema. What does that mean? A viewer watches 80 minutes and forgets they're watching AI.
But if that's your goal, why are you trying to do it in 2 weeks? Why not actually spend some time doing it and do it right? You know what I'm saying? Like, none of this makes any sense. And somebody should have said, this ain't a good idea. But this is a gimmick. That's all this is. It's 100% a gimmick. Somebody should have said, that's a bad idea.
The film holds together as a story, beginning, middle, and payoffs that work. Characters feel like characters, not generated figures. The emotional moments actually land, and people feel something they didn't expect to feel. If those things happen, we proved it. If they don't, we learned what's still missing. We had 15 people working on this, including me. The same people that worked on our Kickstarter original series, like Arena Zero, Hellgrind, Zephyr,
So wait a minute. I actually thought Hellgrind was the first 20 minutes of this movie. Maybe I'm misinterpreting it. Anyway, my comment still stands about like this being a gimmick. But I thought they were building off of that Hellgrind thing.
and some of whom you've already met previously. 14 professional directors, DOPs, editors, and one silly me are joining to make this happen. Needless to say, this has never been done before. And honestly, I don't know if we can, but we're doing it anyway. Every couple of days, I'm gonna drop a new episode. Same place, same time, same chaos. You'll see the briefs, you'll see the prompts, and you'll see the credits burn. And most importantly, you'll see what breaks. That'll probably include me. This is Hellgrind, the continuation of episode 1, and it's the first AI feature film in history, if we make it. So quick context.
Yeah, so it's a continuation of episode 1. So I think it's building off of the Hellgrind thing, I think.
We didn't start from zero. Hellgrind episode 1, the one that's already out, is 22 minutes long. You can check it out right here. Here's what it actually took. 253 videos made the final cut, out of 16,181 generations on CNS 2.0. 107 images made it in, out of 10,701 we generated.
So 16,000 generations. I wonder what the math is. That's a lot of money. It's a lot of money.
Total credit spend, brace yourself, 1,152,095 credits. That's about $69,000.
Go ahead, make yourself your own AI short. Like what is, I don't understand what they're trying to accomplish with this. Are they trying to tell me that I should just not use their platform because I don't have $69,000 to make 22 minutes? Like, honestly, for $69,000, I could probably make something with Unreal that might be better than what they're doing, to be honest. Maybe. I don't know. But anyway, my beer's almost gone. So that's the Lucas effect, the Lucas trap, the George Lucas problem with all this AI stuff is that I think you've got a lot of people doing stuff just because they can, and they're not really thinking about the, should I do this? Why am I doing this part of it? And for people who actually care about the craft, it's a little, they're disrespecting the hard work that the people who used to do this for real, like, people like me who've worked on actual movies and busted my ass to make good looking images. And I don't have anything against AI, but this kind of attitude, this cavalier attitude of, oh, let's just throw something together in 2 weeks because I can, he's just not taking it seriously. And I think that's just a little offensive. Whatever, he can do what he wants, maybe offensive is the wrong word. It's just, I don't know what the word is. It's, it leaves a bad taste in my mouth. Let's just say that. Worse taste than this beer makes. But this beer is about to be gone, and when the beer is gone, the stream is over. So Yeah, hopefully this video should be out. I'm gonna try and get it out over the weekend. If not, like I've already got it shot, roughed together. I just have to do the sweetening, plussing of the edit, and then it should be out. And then maybe we can do another follow up happy hour stream next week. Talk about it. So yeah, I guess we'll catch up next time. Oh, we got Shimster in the chat. It's exactly right. So preoccupied with whether they could, they didn't stop to think if they should or wait. Yes. Yeah. So it's interesting. I mean, like I said, I don't want to sound like I'm anti-AI, but I think there are some people. The problem with the tool is it's very accessible, so you're going to get a lot of people misusing it, and that is where it becomes a problem. Because, like I said, I think like this whole let's try to make a movie in 2 weeks thing, I think that's yeah, I know, yeah, it's Jurassic Park. I know, I get it, Deep. I got it. I'm just seeing the chat now, though. But yes, it's very true. It's I guess maybe you could call this the maybe I'll make another video and call it the Jurassic Park problem with AI. But anyway, that's all for this week, and we'll maybe talk more about it next week after the video's out. And I don't know, I guess by next week a few more episodes of this should be out. But yeah, I'm not sure what I think about this. I'll be interested to see how the final thing comes together. But it feels like a gimmick to me, and I'm not sure I'm digging it. So anyway, take care, everybody. Have a good weekend, and I'll catch you in the next one.